morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you so much for taking time and watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Today, I am going to be adding up all of my sinking funds, including my online accounts and the ones I have in my binders to figure out how I did in June with my cash stuffing as well as savings. Before I get into it, if you are new around here, I am Deidre. I'm in my mid to late 30s. I work full-time in healthcare. I've been cash budgeting actually for a few years, and I created this channel to help me be even more accountable to my budget. So I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on this journey. So before we get into it, I actually wanted to show you a binder. I teased it on, excuse me, on Instagram. I am on Instagram. It's at Deidre's Budgeting Journey, just like my channel says. It is a new binder from Amazon. I didn't want to go with something too expensive or too crazy. This is for my month ahead. So I think a few videos ago, I don't know how many, sorry guys, I had shown that I had gotten some new trackers for month ahead. So my goal with month ahead is to save up 1 month minimum of expenses, because I plan on, in 2026, this is my goal, I plan on purchasing a different place and selling my condo. I want to buy that place and then sell my condo. It's just easier that way, rather than having to like put some things in storage so that they can, sell my place and then get into a new one. So I want to have at least 1 month worth of expenses that I can just pull from to pay for like my mortgage, to pay for my condo fees, because also I'll have to pay those until I'm sold, like basic things like my cable internet, my cell phone, those sorts of things. So I teased those trackers a while ago. They are from April's on a budget. Everything I always use is linked down below. She's a Canadian YouTuber as well as retailer on Etsy. So I got the binder from Amazon, and I got the envelopes from Amazon. They came in a pack of 24. So I'm going to start in the month of July taking some money from like every second paycheck to put towards these expenses, so that hopefully by the end of the year I'll have at least some of them fully funded. And then next year I'm going to create a line item in my budget for money specifically for this purpose. So I just wanted to share that with you. That will probably be towards the end of July. You might see this binder just like once. So that's what I just wanted to show you. All right, before we get into it, I want to let you know how much that I had last month across all of my sinking funds. Now, some of these are online accounts only. I do have my laptop off to the side as I use a spreadsheet that does all the calculations for me in terms of variances. So we'll start with some of my online accounts. So these are not in my binders at all. This is money that automatically goes into a separate savings, usually the day after I get paid. So first up, we have vehicle. At the end of May, I had $909.81. And as of the end of June, I have $951.09. So $41.28 went in. $1.28 of that is interest. The 40 is from my regular paycheck, plus I threw in an extra $10. I think I had some money left in an account. I can't remember exactly, but it should have gone up by 30, but it went up by 40. So, which is never a bad thing, especially when it comes to car maintenance and saving up for that. Next up is household. So this is anything for household. So I actually potentially need a new lamp for my place. I've been working with the one I have. It's one of those that goes up in brightness. I've determined that it's not the bulb, so that's not it. It's the actual lamp itself. So things like that. So like new towels, new bedding, if I needed like a small appliance, if I needed to, buy a platter or something, that's kind of what that money is meant for. So at the end of May, I had $191.18, and at the end of June, I have $221.86. So difference of $30.68. So just a small little bit of interest there. Next up is Christmas. I have been saving since the beginning of January. This will be my 3rd year doing that, and it really does make a difference, so that if I see something, because sometimes companies do like Christmas in July sales. that I can always purchase then because I do have money in this account, and I don't go crazy for Christmas. So I don't have children, I don't have nieces or nephews yet, so Christmas is not maybe as big as some people's. So at the end of May, I had $220.46, and at the end of June, I had $260.73. So $40.27. The 27 cents is interest. So let's get into these binders. So first up, we're going to have hair. This is like a revolving these first few are revolving, meaning like I put money in, I take money out for appointments, spending, etc. So at the end of May, I had $10 because I had just had my hair appointment. So I was just building my hair back up. My hair appointment's at the very beginning of August. So hopefully I will have that money ready to go. I only have 2 more paychecks until that appointment. So I should have 60, but we will double check. So we have 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, and that is correct. So that one is up $50, which is good. I had to rearrange my budget just because I didn't have enough paychecks in between each hair appointment, so I've had to put a little more than I normally would in here, but that's the good thing about budgeting, is that you can do that. Next up is nails. At the end of May, we had $45 in there, and we should still have $45. I did have an appointment in June, but I did stuff some money as well, so we have 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. So no change in that one, but money did come out, money did go back in. So that's good. Next up, we have beauty, which had nothing and still has nothing. I do have a savings challenge that will go into here. Beauty, if I need something small, like a new mascara or something, I usually will then just take it out of my spending money if I don't have money in here. So that's more meant geared towards like my skincare. If I needed to do like a huge purchase in the beauty category, like shampoo or something, conditioner, then that would come out of there. So I do have quite a bit of makeup already, so I don't, and skincare, so I don't need to buy anything for a while. At the end of May, up in clothes, we did have 85, and we should still have 85 as no extra has gone in, but let's double check. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85. So no change in clothes. I've eyed a few pieces of clothing recently, but just haven't pulled the trigger. Next up is travel. So I do have some savings online. Most of this is actually in savings, but I've been accruing interest over the last few years in that account because it's taken me a long time to build this up. So I have $13.71 in interest, and in this envelope we have $1,000 in the bank, another 150 plus another 100, so $1,250, and we have 270, 280, 290. So we have $1,290 as well. So I actually have $1,303.71 in total for travel, which is great. I've kind of been looking at what I'm going to do for my budget in next year. Obviously, I don't know how much taxes are going to be. I don't know how much my benefits are going to cost. They go up every year. But I'm trying to create some line items, and travel, I think, is going to be a line item, standing line item in my binder, as my debt should be paid off in the summer. So then if I wanted to take a trip in the fall, if I continuously put money into this starting in January, I should have enough depending on where I want to go, but we will see. Nothing's been decided yet. Next up is gifts, and gifts has had some money come in, money go out. Father's Day, as well as I already bought my sister her gift. Her birthday's in early July. So at the end of May, we had $75, and in there we should have 55. So 20, 40, 55, which is good. This is going to get some attention over the summer, and then probably stop until next year, just because that's birthdays end in the summer in my family. Next up is technology. And at the end of May, we had $255.92. And in here, we should have the $200 placeholder as well as the 50. So 250, 260, 265, 270. sorry, had a total, I'm entering on my thing and I just had a total moment of like, what am I entering? But actually in there, because I do have a little bit of interest in my technology pot for savings, I actually have a total of $271.21 just due to some interest in there. Of course, that one is up by $15.29. Last but not least in this binder is giving. At the end of May, we had $40 in here. I did do some donations in early June. So I'm just going to take a drink. So it got drained, but then it's being built back up slowly every paycheck. And then when I feel like I want to make a donation to something, then I take the money out of here. So we have $15. So that's down, but that's okay. That's what it's there for. So this binder is all done. Next up, we have our next binder, which has more like long-term and yearly type sinking funds in there. So home insurance is fully funded. It's my condo insurance. I have $360 in there. It's in an online account. I actually got my paperwork showing how much I actually owe, and I owe less than I saved up for. So in July, when I go to pay my condo insurance, I will take the $15 out. Well, it's going to be 16, but I'm going to put $15 towards my line of credit, and then I will start saving for condo insurance for next year. I did on this tracker, I have each shape is $25. This tracker is from Budget with Ira. Again, everything is always linked below. The goal is to save $375, which is probably more than I need, but I would rather have more than not enough, as it fluctuates every year. So there is $360 in the bank to pay for that. It will go down in July, and then it'll start being built back up again. Next up is renewals, and at the end of May it had 200, and it still has 200. This is my AAA as well as my vehicle registration. Vehicle registration is in early fall. Once it gets paid, it will go down, but then towards the end, after I'm done saving for my condo insurance, then I snowball this one. So I have it saved and ready to go for next year. Next up is subscriptions, which has $120. I say it's fully funded. I'm just saving the money in here. This is for my Amazon Prime, as well as Sirius XM, which is due in July. It's up for renewal, sorry. And I might be able to actually get 2 years at $5 a month. So if I do that, I will take the $70 out of here, pay essentially for a year. They charge monthly, so I'll just put that towards my credit card. And then when the charges come on, essentially it just drains the credit down. And then next year I'll start saving the other 70, but I'll wait and see what happens. So we should have 120. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, as well as a 50 in there. So 120, which is not changed. And Amazon comes due in January. Health at the end of May had $20, and we should have 35 in there now. So we have 20, 25, 30, 35. So we are building that one back up, which is good. This is more like a health buffer. Next up is furniture. So at the end of May, I had $340 in here. Most of it is in the bank. And today we should have 350. Now let's double check. So we have 300, 20, 40, 45, 50. So that one's up by 10. Again, this one's been getting love for quite a while. I'm hoping it's furniture for a new place, not a current place. Next up is rainy day, which at the end of May had $5, and I think I took that $5, yes, and put that in the bank towards my emergency fund a few videos ago. So that has nothing in there right now. Date night, night out, whatever, time for myself, whatever I want to call it. At the end of May had 40 in here, and I should have 55 in here because I did throw in an extra 5 in here so that I could pay for a yoga session should I want to start in the fall. It's usually $54 for a 6-week thing. So we will wait and see, find out probably late August what that's going to look like, and if I decide to sign up for the first session or later sessions. So we have 20, 40, 55 in here, which is good. Or if I really wanted to go like to see a comedy show or something, I would take money out of here too. So next up is future. So this is for future stuff. Pets, I do not have one. My goal is to eventually have one. So it hasn't gotten love for a while, which is okay because it's not necessary. But at the end of May, it had 70 and it still has 70. So I'm not going to take it out just because I know that has not changed. Next up is new home. And this is for stuff for a new home. Debt payoff. Debt payoff is the next one. It had $5 at the end of May, but again, I took some money from my Save All You Want challenge and I combined it with this and put it towards my debt. So yeah, that has nothing right now. This one's new home. So new home, this is stuff for a new home, could go towards lawyer fees, could go towards, if you move into a new place, you realize, oh, I need XYZ because I don't have it. So stuff like that. And it will get more love once my debt is paid off. So at the end of May, we had 50 in here and we have $55 in there now. So that's good. Again, for the future. I put appliances in here because I'm hoping this is appliances for a new place. Knock on wood, it's not for my current place. So at the end of May, we had $40 in here, and in there today, at the end of June, we have 20, 30, 35, 40. So no change, which is okay. That's not a bad thing. All right, so that binder is done as well. I do have the iris binder, which I stuffed earlier this year and completed. I have not started it again, but my goal will be to eventually start it again. I might use this towards mortgage payments. I haven't fully decided, but it has nothing in there and hasn't had anything in there for a while. My Save All You Want binder at the end of May had $70, and I did complete this, and I took money and I distributed amongst like debt and some sinking fund savings challenges, but I have nothing in there right now. I haven't restarted it yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to right now or just use my extra money and put it towards savings challenges, as those are typically funding sinking funds, but I haven't decided yet. And then, of course, my savings challenge binder, I am not adding up because once I complete a challenge, that money gets put towards the category itself. So I'm not adding that up right now. And then, of course, with this new binder with month ahead, I wanted to put it on my tracking because hopefully next month I will have some money in here, but I have nothing in there right now. So that is all of my categories. I'm not including my emergency fund into this or my property taxes. My property taxes, I set aside money every single paycheck to pay my property taxes once a year, but I don't include that in here. So at the end of May, I had $4,319.48. And at the end of June, across all of my different categories, I have $4,553.60, which means I'm up, which is awesome. $234.12. So that is really awesome. I know some of these fluctuate a little bit. Some are getting more love versus others, but I just am always so excited to see that number because it just reminds me to keep going on this journey of budgeting. I don't think it's something I will ever be able to stop as I got into debt because I'm a spender. So this really has helped me control my spending, allowed me to sometimes think before I purchase. If I really want to spend something, like I say in clothes, I usually tend to think a little bit harder on it. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. So that is awesome. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. And if you got all the way to the end, which I hope you did, I hope that you leave a smiley face in the comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.